Hey guys, it's an Alice369 video, and today we'll be doing a review of the Lenovo G500s. For starters, we'll do an overview of the device. As we can see from the top front of the laptop itself, we can see it has a nice textured finish to it. This gives it a nice simple clean look and suits well in any environment whatsoever, and this is just a load of nonsensicalness just to say that the top of it looks alright. Basically it won't scratch very easily, and it will be quite hard wearing. I believe I've dropped keys on it quite a few times now, and it's still in one piece and with no scratches to report happily. Fingerprints do show up on it, as you'll see in this picture in front of you, but with a quick clean they'll come off instantly. The laptop itself is quite well equipped. We'll start on the left hand side. You can see a DC power jack, VGA out, a gigabit Ethernet, HDMI and two USB 3.0 ports. On the front of the device, all the only things we can see here is a power LED and a battery charging LED. And on the right hand side we have a headphone microphone jack, really nice because you can use your iPod or iPhone or Samsung earphones, the ones that have the little microphone on the actual earphone cable itself, and they all work right out of the box on this laptop, which is quite a nice feature. A standard SD card reader works lovely, another USB except this time 2.0 port, and a DVD rewritable drive, which again, very nice. As we can see here, as I open it up, we are greeted by a nice large trackpad. Very nice for just general sort of swiping across it. It just works absolutely lovely. Unfortunately, a glossy screen, which obviously some people may dislike, other people's don't mind, but the glare is pretty bad in sunlight. Well, like I say, for a 300 quid laptop, you're not really going to complain. Nice full-size keyboard also. The only thing I have to complain about them is the travel on the keys. There isn't a lot of it whatsoever, aka you'll press the button down and it's just not a nice sensation that you've actually pressed it. You're nice to a nice good old press and you can feel it, but this thing, it feels like you're sometimes pressing a bit of cheese. But it's not too bad for just general, a bit of typing now and then. Any regular user will find it absolutely acceptable. I'm just being pernickety because that's what I'm like. Trackpad, like I said just a second ago, really nice, really big, nice two big buttons, just generally a decent trackpad, which is something quite difficult to come by on laptops these days, I find. So as we can see here, this is Microsoft's latest and greatest new operating system, Windows 8. One of the things I recommend when you do get this laptop is instantly update it to Windows 8.1. Reason being is that right out of the box, I did have a problem with this laptop with the wireless being very, very touchy, randomly just generally losing connection, not connecting, and staying disconnected. As soon as I did the Windows updates to get it to Windows 8.1, it ran perfectly fine and doing a driver update. If you are having the same issue, like I say, I wouldn't say this is an issue to put you off this laptop. As soon as this problem was fixed, the laptop has been rock solid ever since. I don't see this as a big issue for its price range. Like I say, that's the only little blunder I've had with it, and apart from that, it's been perfectly fine. Windows 8 runs very smoothly on this laptop. All the nice quirky little features about it run nice and smoothly, and it's generally a nice operating system to use. Very fast, very responsive, and I've not had to swear at it yet, which is a big plus for me. The screen on this device also has a lot left to be desired. Sometimes the colours look a bit washed out and a bit faded, but like I say, for its price range, it's nothing really. You're not really going to expect the moon in the jar, are you? If you're after something with a bit of a nicer screen, I'd recommend something like the Asus X51 range. They seem to have nicer screens for around about 350 or 370 British pounds sterling. The speakers on this laptop are a set of Dolby Advanced Audio V2s. Now, I've got no idea why that's written on the device, because if somebody from Dolby probably listened to it, their ears would possibly bleed. These speakers are decent with general speech and listening to, I don't know, radio program or something like that. But if you're an audiophile, I'd recommend you use headphones instead, because the general built-in speaker quality is severely lacking in bass. The built-in webcam on this device is actually quite decent for its price range. Again, for general Skype conversations or video conferencing, it's perfectly acceptable. As you can see on the screen around me bickering away as I then disagreed with the built-in audio on that video. So you get to see me like a fool talking into a camera with no audio. But as you can see, the webcam is pretty reasonable. This laptop also has a built-in microphone, and again, for just doing general Skype calls, is perfectly acceptable. Gaming also on the Lenovo G500s is actually quite nice for your general small little games such as Minecraft is what we tested on this device, and it ran quite nicely at all high settings with anisotropic filtering off, roughly around about 30 to 40 FPS. Another game that I tested on this device was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Being quite an old game now, but also still being quite demanding at the same time, it played it beautifully at maximum settings, high view distance, which shows that for the odd little game now and then, it will be perfectly playable on this device, even if you are such a poor driver as myself. The battery life on this device is quite good, to be honest. It roughly gets around about 3 to 4 hours. 3 hours if you're doing quite a lot of YouTube watching, I don't know, a big Skype conference, or something that's quite heavy on system resources, something like that. But if you're just doing, I don't know, a Word document, some research, or just generally checking Facebook and Twitter, you'll get around about 4 hours. So to sum up about this laptop, what do I think? Well, personally, for 300 quid, it's an absolute bargain. You won't find a better spec laptop for 300 quid anywhere at this moment in time. It's just outperforms everything in its price range utterly. It annihilates it. I mean, yes, the keyboard does not have a lot of travel in it, and I mean, yes, the colours on the screen do look a bit washed out. But apart from them two niggly little issues for me, for its price, it is an absolute perfect laptop for anybody that just wants a cheap laptop to do daily tasks. It will do it absolutely beautifully. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is an Alex video, and I'll see you guys later. Cheerio!